Tonight we look at a battle that's raging in the United States over an endangered bird. The northern spotted owl is said to be on the verge of extinction. Logging in the Pacific Northwest has almost eradicated its habitat. Environmentalists fought to save the bird and have managed to win court orders barring logging in large tracts of forest. But the companies, the communities, and the people say things have gotten out of hand, that protecting the habitat of the spotted owl is destroying their lives. Eve Savory reports.
Few have seen the researchers' elusive target. She is small, brown, and very rare. They want her to lead them to her young, so they put down a mouse. Those who meet the northern spotted owl fall hard.
I just can't imagine people coming in and injuring an owl intentionally. It's absurd to me. They're so unassuming, so non-threatening.
But some people do injure them. The Peninsula Times was there when this owl, one of 5, was found nailed to a sign. Some hate the owl.
The damn spotted lives in every goddamn meal around here. It's nothing more than a glorified barn owl.
Easy now, easy now.
The researchers have spotted the young. This one's curiosity outweighs its alarm and it waits too long.
Good job, Matt.
Biologists believe this bird must have the large trees of the ancient forest to survive. There are only 3,000 pairs left, and they say if it goes, it means the entire ecosystem and all who live in it are at risk.
So if this bird in this habitat goes extinct, I think that it's a warning sign to us. If it's even threatened, it's a warning sign.
But the timber industry say it is what's threatened by a proposal to protect the owl that has locked up millions of acres of owl habitat and prime timber. Tens of thousands of jobs may disappear.
The environmentalists, the Audubon Society, all them people, they're going to take it all away from us and they should be shot.
'Cause this family lives on $10.
Faces are somber at the annual Forks Fair. Not far away, family mills are locked, saws stilled. This country is used to boom and bust, unspoken the fear that this bust is permanent. Environmentalists blame relentless overcutting. Loggers blame mixed up priorities.
Why does a bird come before humanity?
They are angry and they're puzzled.
That's the true story behind it. Didn't God put the owl here for the man? He didn't put the man here for the owl.
And isn't the owl dying out part of evolution? We don't have no more dinosaurs.
This is a community that feels it has moved from a war in the Gulf to a war at home.
There are a lot of people that are starting to feel like our country has betrayed us. The Endangered Species Act is totally unconstitutional. They say we have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Period. That doesn't say unless there's a spotted owl on this tree.
Violence simmers here. It's probably just a fringe group, but ranger stations and park entrances have been burned, and some talk darkly of torching the forest itself. They're cutting second growth here, timber planted decades ago, even though it'll be at least 15 years before it should be cut. That's why the industry says it needs what's left of the old growth to carry it over. Besides, say some, old growth is just a fire hazard.
We should get the old growth cut off because it's wasted land. I mean, it's a waste standing there using up land that could be growing a good crop.
But somebody else is going to tell us what we can do with it, Bob.
Yeah.
That's the hell of it.
Sandy Flo's family has owned and selectively logged this land since the 40s. He and his friend Bob Tuttle had intended to log some more to pay for his kids' education, but now they've been told a spotted owl lives here. Flo is trying to call it down.
I've been doing all the reading I can on spotted owls. Know your enemy.
He's got $1 million in timber tied up here and he can't cut it.
It's something we planned on, for 50 years, and it just means we're out. It's like going to the bank and the safety deposit box is gone.
This is mature second growth, and loggers say that proves the owl can adapt. It doesn't need old-growth forests to survive. Scientists and environmentalists say
whether they can survive over time, that's the question. Not whether you can see an owl in a particular place at a particular point in time, but will it survive over time?
But the real issue isn't the owl, they say. It's the survival of the whole ecosystem.
If we
cut down a tree like this and find that we've made a mistake, it takes 200, 400, 600 years to correct our mistake. If we save that same tree and we find that we've made a mistake, it takes 5 minutes to correct it.
And Canada in all this? It too has spotted owls, about 50 pairs in southwestern BC. They also are on the endangered species list. But in Canada, that's where it stops.
We have no legally enforceable law to protect their habitat. In other words, the citizens, unlike in the United States where they have a real law, the citizens can't say to the government, hey, you're driving this species into extinction.
So as the banding and registering of birds continues, a battle may be brewing on both sides of the border, as more and more people come to realize a forest that once seemed infinite will never again have enough for all. Eve Savory, CBC News.